So here's a quick comparison of some Fortnite chairs, okay? So first thing to start off with, I have this one over here. This is the Skull Trooper Fortnite Edition gaming chair. This is the box that it comes with right here. The next one right here is the Raven Fortnite Edition gaming chair. And this is the box that this one comes with right here. And right here we have the High Stakes Fortnite Edition gaming chair. The box that it comes with right here. And over here we have another Raven Fortnite Edition gaming chair. And this is the box that this one here comes in. Now all these Fortnite chairs are made by Respawn, and I have the price that I pay for them I'm going to put on here. But remember, in regards to price, it depends on supply and demand. I have all the links below so you can see the current prices as of now. Okay, anyways, this is the cheapest and it moves all the way up to the most expensive here. And a little bit later, I'll tell you which one is my first and second favorite, okay? Now, the first thing I want to note is these two chairs here, these are high racing back chairs, okay? These two here sit a little bit lower, okay? So for me, for example, I'm 180 pounds, I'm 6'1". So if I go, I can rest my head on these. However, if I sit back on here, it's basically going to hit the back of my neck. Same with this one here. Also, the max weight they claim for all four of these is 275 pounds each. Also, these three chairs have wheels where you can roll it, okay? You can roll these around, except for this one here is it just has a base where it just stays put. Another thing I want to note too, if you look at all these chairs, right now these are all at the lowest position, okay? Now this one is the lowest, as you can see. Another thing, kind of a downfall for me, is this chair here, you cannot raise up and down. And let me show you the back of all these chairs too, just so you can get a quick glance. Of course, all these can spin around 360 degrees. And starting off with this gaming chair here, this one's kind of a rocker. Same with these one too, because both of these are kind of like rockers. Basically, you just like rocking it. So if you sit down, you can kind of like go like this. Now the thing with this one here, you can see the furthest that it goes back is like this, okay? I can't lock it in place. I have armrests here, nice padding too. I can go ahead and raise these up just like that. I'm at the lowest position right now. Again, remember, I'm 6'1", and if I want to go ahead and raise it up to the highest, it'd be up here. And I can go ahead and move these armrests down. And it's a little bit, I'm kind of like on my tippy toes, I feel like a little bit. It's a little bit too high for me right now. I like to go down just a little bit, like 3/4 of the way up. And you can see how this looks right here. And it has decent padding. Also, like I mentioned earlier, like this isn't a high racing back like these two purple chairs are. This one here, when I lay back, it's going to hit the top of my neck, and I don't have a padding here on the back of my head. But still pretty comfortable, and you have nice padding as well, even on the top part here, on the bottom. You got padding on the armrest here as well. Now moving on to this one here. Now this one has a lumbar cushion here that's detachable. It's hooked on by a belt. We can take this off if we want, or we can leave it on, and we can go ahead and we can make adjustments to this if we wish as well. And let me go ahead and take a seat on here. Now these armrests here are actually adjustable, okay? You have several different positions. You can lock it in. There's like a lever down here. You can push up or down on here. The armrests here, not only do they go up and down, but they also go forward and backward. Also, the armrest is not like hard plastic here. It's actually like a rubbery. It's not like cheap plastic or some of my other cheaper gaming chairs is just hard plastic. This one here is kind of like rubbery on here. Also, you can see, like I said, this one's a high racing back. So if I go ahead and put my head back, the back is going to basically hit the back of my head. Okay, it's not going to hit the lower part of my neck, where I can kind of lean back even more, like this one here and this one here. And this is the lowest position that this chair will go, and also the back here is up the highest it goes. And I'll go ahead and like raise this chair up to the max. So here's the max here, and for me it's still like a little bit too high. Even with this one here, I like to go like maybe like 3/4 of the way. And I'll show you how far this one like tilts back. You get the lever that's like right here. You can go ahead and move back. This is the furthest that it goes back right here, and you can lock it in place. If you don't lock it in place, it's basically going to follow you up, okay? Just like this. So if I wanted to lock it anywhere, like all the way to the back, I'm just going to push this lever down, and it locks in place like that. And then moving over here, now this is basically like a rocker. Like I said, this one, you can't adjust it up or down or anything. And you can see how low this one is. It sits super low, so you can't really use this like on a desk with a computer or anything like that. This would have to be like a standalone, like just watching something in front of the TV, or you just gaming or whatnot. And also, like I said, this is a rocker, and you can see how low this sits. You know, you just kind of want to crouch, and it's not a high back. And if I lean all the way back, I don't have something to hold my head up. So it basically hits the top of my neck, just like that. And take note how low I actually sit on the ground here. You know, I mean, personally, you know, like I said, I'm 6'1". I would think if you're like 5'10" or above, then this chair may be like a little tiny bit too small. You also have a nice cushion here on the armrest, and these armrests actually can go up just like this. You can go ahead and rock it back like this, or you can go ahead and move these up. You can go ahead and rock it like this. But you do have like decent padding here. Like I said, there's no wheels or nothing like that. And the chair is actually quite light as well. I forgot to mention, but this chair, and this chair, you can see you have holes here like in the back. Typically, if you sit too long and you're the person where your back gets like really hot, then these are definitely helpful. Now moving on to here, now this one here has good, nice padding. And the only thing about this one here is the armrests are not adjustable. You can't do nothing with the armrest, okay? What you see here is exactly like what you get. And right now this seat is sitting at the lowest position, and you can see how I look in this. And let me go ahead and raise it up to the highest. So here's the highest up, and the same thing with the other two, the first two chairs. I kind of like mine like 3/4 of the way up, like right about here. Now the furthest that this one goes back is right here, okay? Now this one here has a spring. When you get up, it'll go ahead and move up like this, okay? But you can lock it into place wherever you want. There's a lever that's right here. So if I go ahead and move it all the way back and I go ahead and lock this lever, it's going to stay in place just like that. Also, this is a high back. So when I put my head back, it's going to be hitting on the back of this instead of me like looking straight up into the ceiling. You get a nice 360-degree swivel on here. And you also have, what I like, you have the footrest here. You whip this out like this and you flip this over, and you got like a nice footrest right here. Put your feet on there and you can sit like this, or you can go ahead and cock this all the way back. You just want it back all the way, and it basically look just like this at a full extension. And to go ahead and put the footrest back, you just want to flip this top part over, and you can go ahead and slide it in just like that. Also, because of these armrests, you can see that it's hooked up to not only the bottom seat here, but also to the back. So when you go ahead and lean back, it kind of moves with it, as you can see here. Okay, I'll give you guys a closer look at all of these. Okay, so I'll give you a closer look here. All of the stitching and everything is all pretty decent on all of these. Okay, you get a little skull right there. You got the Fortnite up here on this one. Like I said, you got like nice little padding here. You have decent cushioning on here as well. And now moving over to this one here, let me just move it back a little bit so you can kind of see how each of these like look. So here we have the high back here. You can see the Fortnite. Like I said, all of these have decent stitching. You can see you have the lumbar cushion here is strapped by a belt. You have decent padding here on the bottom. And this one here is a little bit contoured as well. It's not as flat. It's like this one's a little bit flatter. This one's like a little bit contoured. And you have the armrest here, like I said, it's kind of like rubbery. It's not hard plastic, okay? It's kind of like hard rubber, and you can go ahead and move this up and down. You can move it forward, backward as well. And we got this one here. This one here just has doesn't have wheels, just has a solid base. So you can see right there. And you have nice cushion here on the armrests. These ones here, actually, you can move it up like that. You can see the stitching here for the Fortnite. And then moving on to the last one here, you can see this one here. You have cushion, nice cushion on these armrests as well. This one does have wheels. I'll show you the footrest. Slide that in and just push it right in. You can see the thickness of it here on the side, and you can see the headrest kind of like comes out a little bit as well. So out of these four, which one is my two favorite? Okay, hands down, my favorite one, the one that's most comfortable for me, is definitely this one here. Plus, this one comes with a footrest. Even if it didn't come with a footrest, I would still choose this one best for me for comfortability. And the second one, of course, it had to be the most expensive one, right? But the second one that I would choose would be actually the cheapest of these four here, and it would be this one here. And this one's actually very, very comfortable as well, but it just doesn't have like a high back. So when I lean my head back, I'll be looking straight up at the ceiling. Anyways, there you guys go.